All right, welcome to the BWO. Damn,
Wait,
what
what
a
happened?
couple of days it has been. Well, I decided not to do the intro today because I think we have a lot to go over, and
We're in mourning. Damn it, it's our last good one though, man.
we still got plenty of good stuff. I mean, look, at the rate they're going, we'll be doing another episode next week. Talk about something else they did that was stupid. Who are we kidding?
Fucking me all up with the not man. All right.
Well, I mean, gotta keep you going a little bit. So if you notice, we're missing one of our regulars. Spartan has decided to go play sailor or in the Navy, one of the two. Even though he's sending us pictures of him on land, I don't know.
In Mexico too, so don't get your head cut off while you're down there, Spartan.
Well, yeah.
He's got the mohawk, so he looks like he's in a gang.
So he might be okay.
Oh, Joey Biscuits in the house.
What's up, Joey? So yeah, let's just get right into this. You know, the loss was one thing, and then obviously we all said the same thing. If we didn't make it to the Super Bowl, McDermott was getting fired. We said it on the show, all three of us. We know plenty of other people who said it. So it really shouldn't have been a surprise that it happened. But then the press conference today. Oh my God. Did I lose a lot of faith in the Bills after that? So before I give my take, Corey, what are your thoughts and feelings on the loss and then the press conference?
Oh man. Well,
get comfortable, people.
Well. All right, now Joey's not going to feel my wrath because I was really about to fuck him up for just saying what's up to you and not me. I was like, yo, time the fuck out, bro. We got to have a talk here. No, man, so like I said, we had our BWO show and our little crossover show with 24/7 about McDermott yes and McDermott not, and we were all how if we don't win the Super Bowl, we're all for get rid of McDermott. But, and when it happened, yes, I was happy. Yes, I was like, okay, I get it. Let's move on. I understand the people that were pissed. But, I mean, I had my moment of I thought about it and was like, yes, all the greatness he's had, all that, still cool. And then I thought about all the bad shit too. So I get it. But after that press conference today, like one, I kind of feel bad for Coach. And not that I didn't like him. He was great, one of the best coaches we've ever had. But it made me have hatred now for Pagula because of the dumb shit he said. And I think McDermott did a very good job in Buffalo. Like I think Monster said it or somebody said it. And one of the things I saw today, McDermott did a great job in Buffalo keeping him away from the media because he knew that they were stupid. We found out today firsthand that Brandon Beane is like, I don't know. I can't trust the guy. Like you just sat there and bullface lied, not to like an interviewer, but to the world. Like you and him together, the owner of the team, like just bullface lied about who was behind drafting that player when there's multiple videos of you admitting it. And now, like we were talking about beforehand, who's going to want to trust you guys to come coach here? Who's going to want to work for guys that badmouth a player like Keon Coleman, which don't get me wrong, the kid had his issues this year. He's still on the team, and you're going to badmouth him? What the fuck, man? Who's going to want to play for you? Like, I don't know. They just really worried me with that press conference today, and I hope it doesn't set us back a lot more than I think we're already going to get set back.
Well, there's a lot that happened in that press conference that we got to digest and kind of break down a little bit here. But let's start with the elephant in the room, the Keon Coleman situation. I'm just going to say it. A Monster, your video on Facebook was dead on. I don't care what your feelings on the guy is. I don't care if you think he's going to be a good player or mediocre or whatever. Number one, you're playing him in the wrong position. He's not an X receiver. He's a slot receiver. Let's just be honest. And you tried to make him something he's not, and it didn't work. That's not necessarily a failure on him. Now, Did he have some immaturity issues that he had to overcome? Yes. And it felt like they were working on that.
Right.
For the owner to go out there and completely blast the kid and say that him and the current GM didn't want the kid, well, let me just play a quick clip here. And
yeah,
I'll address the Keon situation. The coaching staff pushed to draft Keon. I'm not saying Brandon wouldn't have drafted him, but he wasn't his next choice. That was Brandon being a team player and taking advice of his coaching staff.
I'm glad he ran that. Up you get him.
It's Keon unless someone just blows us away. We didn't feel anything was attractive enough for us to pass up on Keon.
yeah.
so
My ears work. I heard that right.
that right? So he
There
wasn't.
was nobody impressive enough that we will pass up on Keon, but Sean McDermott made that whole call in the coaching staff.
Well, when I read before that clip ever even surfaced, the first time I heard that he said that about him not wanting to draft, who was the one after the Jags sniped Brian Thomas Jr. from us, or picked him right before us? Who's the one that made the decision to trade out of the first round, trade with the Chiefs to get him Xavier Worthy? I don't think that was Coach McDermott. I think that was you.
Right.
So, and like you said, all this is going to do is take whatever momentum Keon Coleman had. He's not it's gone. And that kid is not going to want to play in Buffalo after this going forward.
Right. He was you already dog all year. I mean, benched him, this and that, whatever. He had his issues. I get it. You got to be punished. But how you gonna? The kid is a young dude. He literally a kid. How are you gonna say that? Like we said about an active player on your roster, let alone a player that's active in the NFL, a player at all. And then, like you said, expect him to come and want to be there and have a good attitude. I'm sure legally wise he'd show up and be there, but how do you expect him to have a good, positive attitude when the owners and the fucking guy, Brandon Beane, who's literally in charge of damn near everything now? I have to get my hands off the fucking table. I keep shaking it. I'm going and you get Brandon Beane and them who's literally in charge of everything. How is that kid going to want to put out and show up for you now?
Well, a couple of things in that. Even if let's just say, for example, let's say he wasn't the guy that Brandon Beane originally wanted, but he was the guy with McDermott. Of course, the coach has a say in who's drafting. Absolutely, he should, because at the end of the day, it's the coach's job to take these players and perform on the field with them. So, and again, up until just then, it always appeared as if Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott were on the same page.
Yep.
And you're telling me that McDermott's fate was decided because of Keon Coleman and one game in the playoffs.
When he said, I wish I could take you guys into that locker room and see everybody, the heartbreak and the crying and that. Yeah, asshole. That's what it is after every one of a fucking playoff game like that. Any team is going to be like that. There's going to be dudes crying, heartbreak. Your first initial thoughts are going to be, where do we go from here? What do we do? What's the first thing we change? You're going to have spur of the moment decisions, thoughts, all that. And same thing. I know we said that we wanted him fired if he didn't make it to the Super Bowl and get us over the hump, but still, take a deep breath, step back, think about what they're saying. Why the fuck would you go out there and just dog the one guy that, like I said, I'm happy myself. I mean, I'm not happy, but I'm glad as long as we bring in the right coaches for this decision, because hopefully we bring in someone like McDermott, but that can get us over the hump. But also, just to dog the way that they did it was just so fucking unprofessional. It was just
let's go further.
So bad on the Bills. That's not anything we've been for the last 9-10 years.
You think Keon Coleman had a immaturity problem before? Dude, if you don't release him or try to trade for him, which I'll get into that in a second, because you're not going to find somebody to trade for him. The entire NFL just watched you do this and dog the kid, knowing full well that this kid's going to be a problem for you, that there's no way in hell you're keeping this kid. So why are we going to give you assets when we know you're releasing him if you don't find a trade?
Yep.
And that's what's going to happen is they're all going to sit there and go, you're going to just end up releasing the kid. Why are we going to send you anybody?
Yep.
Now, and let's be honest, you're going to need to get him out of the locker room now, because if he does stay, he's going to be a giant pain in the ass. And the owner doesn't have loyalty to me. Why do I got to be loyal to this guy in this organization? So,
right.
They may like.
The only thing I like that Pegula said was he was like, do you know what? And I forget what the numbers at. It was like 5, 2, 6, 2, 2, 2, 7 mean. And he's like, that was our rankings the last few years. Yes, there's a lot of 2s in there, guys. I get that. That's great. But there are no 1s, and there are no go to the Super Bowl games. Like it's just like Joey said, 7 years of not getting it done is what got him fired. Like, you can't get to the championship game. Even when we had, like you said, like we were talking before the show, with 13 seconds. And I get it. You could blame this. You could blame that. You could blame this. No, man, the coach makes the call. He shouldn't have had us in that situation at all. Like you said before, Pat, if they're going to fire him, this was a shitty game to do it off of or blame because of, like, oh, because of the locker room, this and that. Because the refs fucked this game over. A couple of different players fucked this game over, drop Pat here and there. You should have did it back at 13 seconds if that's how you felt.
Yeah, Mr. Lou, there's a penalty on the field. You don't bring up that name. No, but and all right. So we talked about this in the pre-show before we went live. I'll be perfectly honest with you. If you've watched how Terry Pegula has handled both teams, the Sabres and the Bills, this entire situation does not surprise me one bit, because we've seen it already.
Right.
We've seen it multiple times. Look, February of 2013, in the middle of that season, they fired Lindy Ruff, who was a coach for the Sabres for 16 years at that point, who, yes, I agree, his time at that point was up. But he didn't deserve to be fired mid-season. It should have been at the end of let him finish it out, and then it should have been him and Darcy Regier both fired at the same time. They were a package deal. Get them both out of there, because they were both responsible for the Sabres kind of going down the slope that they were going. Darcy Regier did not get fired until November of 2013, which means he started the following season as GM. Now, in 2017, we hired the coach, Phil Housley. Okay. Phil Housley started to make this team. I think he was a good pickup and a good person for that position, but he gets fired at the end of the 2019 season. And the current GM, I forget what his name was at the time, literally had a press conference right after firing Housley saying, I didn't bring in the type of players that fit Housley's system to make this work. So you just went up there and said that you are to blame for the Sabres struggling under Housley, but yet you fired Phil Housley and not yourself.
Right. So he's the one that brought these fucking players in. He's the one that you see the last couple of years, ever since they've started putting it out to the media, the videos of them in the rooms and more of them talking, especially this year with the Hard Knocks thing. We got to see pretty much almost most of the draft, what they were talking about during the draft picks. For them to sit there and put that on the coaches, yada, 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 okay. Bean has a say too. Pegula has a say too. They all have to come to a fucking agreement. You all raised your hand and said, yes, this is what we want. Well, but every other pick that this fucker has had since we've had him in charge, he's had 2 Pro Bowl picks. Deion Dawkins and James Cook. Like,
Well,
two
he's at
Pro Bowl guys out of that, like
he's at
50
3
some
total.
picks. But we put this guy in charge of everything.
Well, he's had three Pro Bowl players that he drafted. Josh Allen is one of them.
Allen,
But of course, that's all you've got.
right. 50 some picks, and you've gotten those three. And Dawkins is on the back end of his, like, he's getting older. Like, at his position, you can't keep up that much longer. So it's not that he hasn't been great, but like you said, Allen's going to be 30. And how much longer could we keep playing the trust the process, trust the process, trust the process? It's like, think about it. If someone's cheating on you in a relationship and keeps saying, "Oh, I'll stop," and then doesn't, "I'll stop," and then doesn't, goes 9 months and it's good, and then doesn't, goes 9 months and good, and it keeps doing the same thing, and eventually you're going to be like, "All right, man, fuck off." Like, that's what they did with McDermott. I get it; it sucks, and then everyone's like, "Oh," even the way they brought about it and made the locker room shitty. Well, not the locker room, just the way they made the aura of the Bills right now shitty with that fucking interview. I'm still not doubtful about next year. Everybody that we have, Lou, clap it out. Everybody that we have, our offense is pretty much going to be exactly the same. We've locked up all the big name guys we needed to there. So I know we've talked about keep Shakir and maybe Brandon Cooks. You could argue a little bit at the end. He started turning up, so maybe give him another shot. But clean house in the wide receiver room. We still have Allen, so our offense is going to be fine. And then the defense, if we can sign the right guys and stuff. But that's the other thing too. Like, I hope we have the money for this stuff and what they're talking about. And you better make some splash plays and not just do some bullshit.
And the thing is, like, look, I don't think any of us are. I mean, look, I wish Sean McDermott the best of luck going forward. I'm not happy that it didn't work out with him, but I understand that that this was inevitable if we weren't going to get it done, because you can't keep doing, again, definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So
Right.
I'm not mad that he was fired, and I'm not upset about it, but how do you fire him and promote Brandon Beane and keep him, even though, and then go out there and say, well, these are the players that McDermott. Well, you as a GM are supposed to go and get the players that the coach wants. That's your job.
Like Joey said right here, real quick. I told that bit. They told McDermott, "With your black ass." No.
The other thing that I felt like they did McDermott wrong with. So supposedly, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that when they had the meeting with McDermott on Monday to let him go, this is a guy that was there for 9 seasons that is literally the second winningest coach behind Marv Levy in the modern era. Let's just be honest. Right? Regardless of what happens in the playoffs or not. And the guy literally, he has set the blueprint for what we need to do. And he also did a tremendous job developing Josh Allen, who he put the people around him to help develop him. So I will forever be grateful for that. You had a 20-minute meeting with him to fire him. That's ridiculous.
Do you think McDermott knew it was coming, or do you think it was like one of those, "Hey, we got to have a talk with you, bud"?
I don't think he saw it coming.
I don't think the players definitely did.
Now, you and I have said it in the pre-show too. That also would help. The one thing that'll silence a lot of this and it will calm a lot of this down is we need Josh Allen to come out. And I get it. You're upset. You're not happy. I get it. You need some time to, gather your thoughts after the loss and everything, especially the way it happened.
Right.
I get it. It wasn't your best effort on the field. It doesn't help when, there were certain calls that were made that just absolutely went against us that looked like the NFL just literally just screwed the Bills. Doesn't excuse the turnovers that you did, but we need him to come out and make a public statement about all this. And to me, that'll quiet a lot of this down. If he
Right.
comes out there and goes, listen, guys, it's not the situation we wanted to be in. It's not the situation we wanted to be in. We didn't want to get McDermott fired. It is what it is, but we have to move on. All of
They
us.
need to bring Allen in for the new coach too. They have to incorporate him. If they don't ask Allen his input about what he wants in a coach or what they think, I think that is completely fucked.
Well, the thing that I'm worried about is that to me, I kind of wish they would have not done this press conference today. Kind of wish they would have
Right.
waited till they hired the new coach, because you still have the avenue of I think you just ran certain guys that were considering it away and said,
Yep.
I'm not, no way. I'm
A
not
lot
going
of it was based on emotion too. Like the interviewers' questions were based on emotion because the fans and the interviewers are hot and everyone's wondering what's going on. Like even Pagula said, their emotions are still high. Like it was wrong to even base it off of the emotions of the locker room after that Broncos game. How are you going to base it off that when everyone's down and out in the moment? Like, no, go back, give it a couple days, get everyone back together, recuperate, see what's going on. That's like, it makes no sense to me if you're these millionaire owners, if you're these great owners, if you're this, all we care about is this team and where the future of this team's going, this and that, then why'd you do it in such a shitty fucking way? Like, why didn't you, like I said, we're all for it. I mean, I'm for it, but just the way you did it was fucking, I feel like you lost the locker room now.
Well, and let's be honest, it kind of feels like they spit on the fans more than the locker room, because it's like, look, again, we all said, it was, if you aren't going to get it done. Now, if he would have went out there in the press conference today and said, we told McDermott at the beginning of the season that if you don't get us to this, at least get us to the Super Bowl, you're done. Okay. And you didn't get it there. So guess what? Now we have to be the bad guy and do our end what we said. And I would have understood that. If that's all they would have went out there and said, now we need to move forward. Cool. That's all you had to do. But you went out there and you literally, we've watched this entire last couple of years of Jerry Jones looking like a complete idiot and a fool. Yeah, guess what? Jerry Jones, you can sit down, because I think Terry Pagula just took your seat at the head of that table.
Right. And you go back and watch the first video where Pagula was all humble and was like, I can't do what Ralph Wilson did. He's like, but I'll gladly be second. And like, to be that humble and then to come out like this and just be like, nicely tell everybody, the fans, the players, everybody, that, hey, we don't care what you say. We don't care what your opinions are. We don't care really anything. It's what me and Brandon Beane says, and you got to fucking deal with it.
Right. Well, so now what it's and then we'll go back to the comment about, they didn't want to draft Keon Coleman, but it was the coach. Okay, so you're basically now saying, Brandon Beane, going forward, that you're going to draft whoever no matter who comes in as the next coach, you're going to draft whoever it is you want.
Right.
And the coach is going to have to make it work. So now the pressure is now on you going forward, because now if they still don't get to the Super Bowl, especially for next year, all eyes are on you. Be like, no, this was your coach now, and these were your players you wanted to draft.
Yeah.
So now you don't have the excuse of, these are who he wanted. Okay.
And did you catch Beane even said, he even brought it up, like they're already thinking about the year after this year. He was like, and if what we do this year doesn't work and get us to the Super Bowl, then I'll personally go through again. And I was like, hold on, time out. What? Like, if it doesn't work now, you just said, like, you two are running the show. Like you just said, Pat, they just pretty much said, fuck you. It's us. So, all right, if it doesn't work, we will go back through again. Oh, so hold on, but you just fired a guy who for the same reason, because you kept going back to the same thing. It didn't work. But now, no, we got this. We'll just do it again and make sure we get it right. So you're already planning on what you're doing this year not working at all and worried about the year after that.
So, again,
you just made us look like the dumbest fucking football team in the NFL, man.
Now that McDermott's gone, and he always had the playoff caliber, championship caliber slogans that he always had. So what are we now? Insane caliber?
Right.
Because oh, well, if it doesn't work next year, we're going to do it again. So, again, if it don't work, you're going to try it again and hope that it does. Okay.
It's
And this is why I'm afraid, like, I don't know how the members of the mafia and everybody feel about it, but this is why I think, dude, we're going to end up stuck with Joe Brady or Brian Dable as our next coach.
Yep. I really feel like they're just going to fucking, like they said, they're going to try to keep it in-house. And they already have Brady on the payroll, so they can talk to him and be like, hey, man, this is what we're going to do. And probably get him for cheaper than they would a lot of people. And,
like, again, had they not, I mean, what a selling point for any guy out there for a coach before the press conference. I get to coach Josh Allen. I got
Right.
James Cook. I got some young, talented players on the defense that are still, they're like clay. They're not quite molded yet, but they're there. And the talent is there, like Cole Bishop. Cole Bishop has turned into a star the last several weeks. Trey White looks
right.
almost old Trey White again.
We got guys coming back off a fucking injury, all that.
Right.
So you wouldn't
it was-
want to, and then you get this, and they're like, how can you ever trust that the process was that good? Like the players were that close with the coach in the locker room. It was all for show. It was all for show.
You thought, and the entire narrative, the entire time McDermott and Bean were there, it always seemed like they were literally walking along the path the same way, step by step. They were, they were linked. And now you're telling us, Brandon Bean, that you two were never on the same page. It's just, that's not sitting well with me. So now everybody knows whoever comes in as the next coach, you're going to be watching your back because Brandon Bean's going to stab you in the back. And I'm going to be honest. I was one of Brandon Bean's biggest supporters up until today. And even when I wasn't happy that he got a promotion after the season. I agree with people. He probably should have been out the door with McDermott, because again, you were a package deal. And again, you weren't. Right. And what's worse is, do you remember Brandon Bean got hired because of Sean McDermott? Sean McDermott brought him in, not the other way around. So it's like, wow. So you're a GM because of McDermott, and you just basically throw you in the trash. We're done.
What if they got offers? Like, not everyone after this press conference, like, go fuck you. They had to fucking bring back coach. And then he was like, oh, yeah, well, guess what? No.
I mean, let's be honest. Somebody's going to take the job because, again, only 32 NFL head coaching jobs. Now,
who do you think is the top one contendant? Like, if they did, like, be actually cool and not just bump up Brady or keep it in a – who do you think they really would, like, have potential to bring in if it was, like, a splash different type coach?
Well, I mean, the top two, in my opinion, or the top three, in my opinion, that I think they need to try to go after, which I think you just lost. I think two of the three are out now, but I think Mike Tomlin, deserved to have another shot. And again, we've seen what he did with Pittsburgh. And remember, I understand it's been 10 years since he's won a playoff game, but this is the same guy that led a team to a winning record and into the playoffs with a quarterback like Duck Hodgins.
Right.
Kenny Pickens. So, and he also knows defense. And he also has had some really good defenses that he's helped build with Pittsburgh. So I felt like he is somebody that can just be plugged in and just pretty much continue and do that little bit extra that McDermott wasn't doing. Now, the one guy I think they need to get in, especially if you want to get past this whole fiasco of this press conference today that has to come in, I think it has to be Bill Belichick. Because all Bill Belichick has to do is go up when Brandon Bean goes, I want to draft this guy, but you want this guy. And Belichick goes, yeah, I have this amount of rings. How many do you have? Sit down, shut up, draft the guy I want. So you're going to need to have somebody that's going to be willing to fight back. Because at this point, if they bring in Joe Brady or Brian Dable, they're just going to be pushovers to Brandon Bean right now.
Yeah.
Now, the other guy,
I think Lou, what is it? Klein Kubiak
Yeah.
or Kubiak, whatever. That dude, look what he did with Seattle with Geno Smith and freaking Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
I mean, with Allen, he could do all right.
Well, if we're going to go the younger coaches route and give another coordinator promote to coach like that, it's either him or I'm not against I forget what his first name is, but Shula, the defensive coordinator for the Rams. Look, the dude, I mean, he's the grandson of Don Shula. And
when you said his first name, when you're like, I forgot his first name, I was like, Don, duh. And then I was like, oh, yeah, idiot.
I trust me, I wish we could bring Don Shula back.
I hope, I mean, a lot of people are against it. I mean, even I was like, no. But I don't know, man, if I would really be that upset about it. Because, like, even Jerry said in the comments, like, an offensive coordinator style coach. Like, I think just because of his past with Buffalo, I don't want it. But I think I wouldn't really be upset with it if we got him some help. But if Brian Dable came back, he was good with Allen. He's the one that got Allen slinging that arm.
Yeah.
And now that we know we have the run game, like in James Cook, he's not going to deviate from that either. So, I mean, if we could get the right offensive coordinator and him.
The timing of us losing just, I mean, it sucks because we're already behind the ball after firing McDermott because the ideal candidate, in my opinion, to take this off as an offensive-minded guy that would have taken it to the next level is the guy that signed with the Atlanta Falcons, Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah.
That guy, like, he won Coach of the Year twice with the Browns. He won a playoff game with the Browns. Name me another coach that's won a playoff game with the Browns. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Leslie Frazier?
No.
But he ain't a coach. What if we brought him back, dude?
Now, the other.
But again, he's a defensive guy, though.
I just feel like it's still going to be the same as McDermott.
Right. It'd be like we said earlier when we were talking, it'd be like if we brought in Mike Tomlin. I feel like Mike Tomlin could do a little better, but it'd be basically kind of the same style thing that we had before.
I forget who it is that said it, but there was Lou said the LaFleur brother, Matt LaFleur, the brother of the Packers coach. Maybe.
What if Corey was the head at? We'd win the fucking Super Bowl and y'all would shit a fucking brick, son. I mean, technically, and it's not saying we can't, like, I don't, whatever. It's not biased as a Bills fan. I mean, I guess it kind of is. You could put someone in there like one of us with that team, with an Allen, with a James Cook, with that, and they're going to kill it. They're going to go off. Sorry.
Look who's here.
The kid was passing out. She almost dropped it. Late, boys. Yeah, on your cruise, that's on land. Sure, bud. But you could almost put in anybody as a coach with this team that we have. And I mean, you know, we don't have, it's not like we have a lot of money this year to make splash moves. So unless we draft great, which, I mean, look who we have at the helm for that. So there goes that. Oh, wait, but he's the best. So we put him in charge of everything now.
Well,
what would we do? Like, you could get any coach damn near, and they're still going to get a playoff spot almost. But, like, we need that guy that's going to get it over the hump.
There's another scenario that we're not looking at that I know it doesn't happen very often. And the last one to happen with was Sean Payton. But, again, I don't think it's going to happen. But we could trade for a coach. And I know there were talks. I think it was yesterday. I saw there were rumblings of the Bills potentially trading for the Vikings coach Kevin O'Connell. I don't know, especially after we're in a whole different area now that ever since that press conference happened. I don't know how this is all going to go now because it just seems like, wow, okay. And I feel like we're in for a giant disappointment, and it's going to be Joe Brady or Brian Dable.
Right. I would rather have Dable over Brady. At least Dable got Allen passing, slinging the ball, moving the ball.
Well, okay, so here's the
Brady,
scenario.
I don't know, man.
If it had to be one of those two guys, and again, I'm with you. I don't want either one of them, but if I had to have one of them, I would say Dable over Brady because again, Dable did a good job developing Josh Allen, but I think he needs to go and get Jordan Palmer to be the offensive coordinator to work with Josh Allen in this offense again, or at least quarterbacks coach. Because that guy was also very instrumental in Josh Allen's development.
That's true.
But I don't know. I feel like I think you've said it best several weeks ago or early shows. We're moving forward. You know, we moved on from McDermott, so don't go backwards.
Right.
Go forward.
Oh, right, man. Oh, God. What if, I swear to God, and I know some people want it because, like, I get it. He was a great offensive coordinator. And you know what? Maybe it's all just a show because all we see is, like, the media and stuff. And some of these people feed into that shit. Like, I could see, I just forgot his name. Goddamn. Coach from Miami.
Oh, he's going to the Chargers.
Yeah.
He signed as the offensive coordinator.
He is like when he was an offensive coordinator and shit, he was like one of the top guys to become a head coach that year. He was super smart, knew his stuff, everything. And it's not like I don't think he wasn't still smart, but I think he might have embraced the Miami thing a little too much when everyone was like talking about him. So he's like, all right, why not? They think I'm an idiot. Why not act like it? But I really don't want him in Buffalo either. Thank God.
Well, I would have been okay with him as the offensive coordinator.
Yes, an offensive coordinator. I lied. I would accept that.
But that would have been it. Now, let's just throw it out there. And we talked about a couple of the offensive coaches. Let's say you went a defensive coach again. Who do you think would be a good candidate? In my opinion, if we went defensive coach, one of the guys that and again, he does have familiarity with Buffalo. He doesn't, and I think it would be a good spot for him. He did really well with the defensive players that he had then. I wouldn't be against Jim Schwartz.
Yeah. Paulette, real quick, you're right. I miss him, but it's not going to be the same. It's going to be better, hopefully. Well, after that interview today, I'm not sure, but hopefully.
But at the end of the day, I mean, look, we all got to just realize, too, at the end of the day, we still have Josh Allen. So as long as
we brought him back as a defensive coordinator, McDermott.
After that press conference, you think McDermott's coming back?
Oh, nah, he's going to the Ravens or something, dude, and he's gonna fucking.
Are you kidding me? After that press conference, he's already in Miami right now. Like
he's gonna smack the Bills every time. He's gonna have a vendetta, bro. The first game we play him might be the first game I'm scared of next season.
You know what's gonna happen? I already see it coming. If he signs as the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, dollars the donuts, the first game in that new stadium will be Bills versus the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. It'll be like the Monday night game or the Sunday night game, dude. Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
But.
Have Mike Tomlin go to Buffalo and then McDermott go to fucking Tampa or Miami.
Well.
Write a whole fucking story. Coach versus coach, yada, yada, yada. And then they write the story so good, and then they would have the Bills lose the first game and be like, oh, McDermott, and then the Bills win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
With God knows. Oh, God.
Now, I know we joked with the dudes, Jeff and Will from the Bears podcast or the Bears boys, but hey, man, we talked about a trade for a coach. Hey, maybe we trade the Bears for Ben Johnson.
I'm telling you. I wouldn't mind Ben Johnson.
Oh, if Brandon Beane pulls off a trade for Ben Johnson to be the head coach,
right?
That conference, great, good, okay.
Could you imagine if we got what's his name from Detroit, him and Josh Allen together, dude? Oh my God, dude, that would be literally a fucking game of Madden, bro. We would go. It could be 4th and 40, and we're going for it.
All right.
Send it.
The only way I would accept Dan Campbell as the head coach is the first thing he's got to do when he gets up at the podium. Don't say anything. Just go and powerbomb Brandon Bean through a table and then do your speech.
Right. Man, I can't believe they literally said not only is Brandon Bean in charge of even more, but the comment that he made that his job is pretty much that secure, even if we falter next year. Like, even if we fuck up the year after that, I'll fix it again. You haven't fixed anything yet, so how are you going to fix it again?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was a typo at first that said he was also promoted to president and GM. I thought, oh, well, he was promoted to president and he's no longer the GM.
Right.
Okay. I would have been okay with that. But you're doing both? Okay. All right.
He can't even do his job now good, but we're promoting him. And firing a guy that even though we were like, hey, if he doesn't make the Super Bowl, was still good.
Yeah.
Obviously, 2 other people should have been fired over him.
I want to see another coach come in and take the injuries that we had and do better. Because it wasn't gonna, and let's be honest, we're also missing the giant picture here because regardless of the bad calls in the game or anything, we were not winning the Super Bowl this year. I'm sorry. That defense was not, again, Stephen A. Smith said it last week. Their team had 14 players on injured reserve.
Yep.
How are you winning the Super Bowl?
And we still went into a game again. And I love that Pagula said we based it on the locker room after the game. Okay, why didn't you base it on the fucking game? The fact that, okay, we lost by a couple points or a point, whatever, but we went in there like we were talking about earlier, Pat, and I think you said we went in there. They had 13 days of rest, one of the top passing defenses, all that, went in there and still lost by that, had a shot the whole game, or came back, had a shot the whole game. Like a couple shitty plays, a couple shitty calls by the refs, and you based it on the locker room after that game, minutes after a fucking loss, after everything, after, like you said, with a beat-up team, and oh, my God. Our personal trainers. Yeah, dude, because the guys get hurt like crazy all the time.
So, yeah. Well, I mean, all right. I say enough of ragging on the Bills and boo-hooing.
Yeah, we pretty much wait and see what they do now, and
we can keep beating the dead horse, but it is what it is
Right.
at this point. So,
wait and see what happens.
we do have a few things coming up in the next couple of weeks. A week from Saturday is one of the biggest pay-per-views for WWE that they do is the Royal Rumble. I think you and I have discussed, and I don't know if Spartan's going to join or not. I hope he's back in time and the boat didn't sink.
Right.
We were talking about doing it with the Will from the Bears boys. We were thinking of doing a live reaction during the Men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about Raw and the Royal Rumble for the last couple of days. First off, Drew McIntyre is the WWE champion. I did not see that coming.
With fans in the stands, and he actually kept the belt longer than 5 minutes. And
This close to WrestleMania, and you're taking this belt off Cody already. Huh. All right.
Rumbleman.
I mean, I'm fine with
Or
that.
he's getting entered in the Royal Rumble. Yeah, that blew my mind. I thought he was going to be like the Rumble winner or something, or have a shot at being it, like come down to one of the last guys. I honestly, that's the first time, and I know I always say it, like we need to have like belt changes on Raw. We need to have things happen more like the old school days. That one, like, blew, even when you said it in the chat, I was like, what? No, fuck. No way. And then like even when I saw it, I was like, nah. And then like I had to watch it and was like, damn. Like, damn, what?
But
Cody has movie stuff to do with Street Fighter. Yeah, will Cody even be around for the Rumble?
yeah, well, he said he's going to be, and they've already shot the Street Fighters movie. But and then so now you also have this whole Braun Breaker, Adam Pearce thing. I have a feeling Adam Pearce is getting back in the ring.
Dude, the way that they've been like having him get into scuffles and shit again lately, and not just like arguments, like legit tips and stuff, and taking finishers and shit. I was like, dude, there's no way he doesn't.
I'll be honest with you. That wouldn't have been on my. It was on my bingo card that Adam Pearce would have gotten at least one match in the WWE, but there was no way I was picking him to have a match before Nick Aldis. No way.
Right.
It does seem like it's going to be him versus Braun. It's probably going to be him versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania. That's just where it feels like it's leading.
Right.
And, so
I think I don't know, man. I want to say because I'm pretty sure Roman's gonna win, hands down. But I want to say, but I don't know what they'd really do with a storyline or if he's gonna come back like that. I want to say Brock Lesnar.
Well, I think Brock is going to be in the Rumble, and I know one of the rumors is that it's supposed to be Brock's supposed to do another feud with Roman Reigns. I'm like, don't do that at WrestleMania. We've already seen Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns.
He said, name it a new section. Where in the world is Buffalo Spartan? Shut on a cruise that's on land.
Yeah, I know. He keeps sending us photos of him on land and never on the boat.
Right. Where was the last one? Mahogany Bay, Rotan. So Mexico.
So now that we said that he's going to blow up our phones with pictures of him on a boat,
Right.
which is fine. But so they asked it last week when they were with us, Will and Jeff. So Corey, besides Chris Jericho, anybody you see as a potential surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble? See, there's the pictures right here.
Yeah. He's gonna post him to the show. What? Post him to the show. Ain't nobody trying to see you in your fucking Zuba's man thong, bro, with your hair spiked up, diving in the ocean.
Well, maybe we do, but waving to the boat as it goes by.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. No, I think so for the women's, I say Paige. I think Paige is coming back. For the men's, I think besides Y2J, I think maybe he makes another quick little in. Maybe he ain't gonna dump nobody out, but he'll come in. For some reason, I think Booker T is gonna be in it again. But I think maybe the Hardy Boys are not together, but they'll do back to back. One will come in and the other one will come in or something. Have a little in-ring, make it fun. Have a little in-ring feud with the New Day or something, or a couple guys that are a tag team, and then no, it's a Rumble, so same thing. They'd have to come in one-on-one.
Now,
maybe Bubba Ray Dudley. I don't fucking know.
Is one
that's way out of left field.
I don't really foresee it happening, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it happened. Seth Rollins.
Yeah. I forgot about that. I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody that might be a splash, oh shit, they're not gonna win, but they're, I don't know. I keep thinking The Rock or somebody.
Man, I don't need to after what The Rock did last year.
ISO Speed.
Yeah,
fucking wrecked again.
The way The Rock did all that, and then didn't even show up for WrestleMania. Don't show up for the Royal Rumble. Don't even make an appearance even in the road to WrestleMania. Wait until afterwards.
You know who I could honestly see making an appearance? Well, where's the Rumble this year?
Saudi Arabia.
Oh, yeah, maybe not. I don't know about in Saudi Arabia. Maybe. But because he had a whole thing and they did some training with him and CM Punk worked with him and shit. But Bert Kreischer has been talking about, he's like, I want to, do a real match. So, I know he's been training, doing some stuff. So, maybe, I don't know. Jelly Roll come back after all that weight. He lost something.
Well, I see Jelly Roll making an appearance in it for sure.
Jinder Mahal, that's right. Yeah, probably. I could see that. They got to have the Saudi guy in there. Or because it's Saudi Arabia, they could have, I think Big Will's the one that said it. Sami Zayn win the Rumble.
Yeah.
That would be my, out of nowhere pick for it.
We'll know for sure if if that'll be the case or not after SmackDown this week, because Sammy's in that fatal 4-way to determine Drew McIntyre's first opponent to defend the title
that's right.
at the Rumble. So if Sammy wins that, then Sammy's not winning the Royal Rumble. Now,
Yeah, I
that
was gonna say they'll put Sammy in that match, let him do like a hell of a thing, and then have him lose to like some cornball shit.
which will I think will still set up Sammy to win the Elimination Chamber and still end up in WrestleMania for that title.
Yeah,
But
he said Ric Flair's coming back. The funny part is about that, Joey. Rick said that he wanted to fucking do another match again, dude.
so Lou has sent a question, and he goes, "Let's go back. Have you heard about Phil?"
That's gonna be some cornball joke like Philip McCracken or Philip my nuts in your mouth, something stupid.
Probably. So
That's why I didn't even put it up. I didn't even put it up there. I just left that shit alone. I know Lou. That's gonna be some slick shit like Spartans, like fill up these nuts in your mouth.
Spartan's got a question for you too.
No, we already fucking answered it. They sent me the thing already, the info for it and everything, man. It's gonna be during my birthday, Spartan's birthday. He's gonna be 50. I'm be fucking. What am I? I'll be 38. So I'll be 39.
Wow.
He said Corey already. Yeah, I knew it, motherfucker. When he just said a random Phillip, I was like, nah, not from. I was like, if Joey Hatch, if Lou, or a Buffalo Spartan comment and say some slick shit like that, all of our gay ass army jokes. Yeah, I was like, nah, any one of them fuckers say something without a last name on it, I will never respond, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we should also kind of divulge in what's going to happen with BWO during the off season. Right now, we're planning now, unless something happens, like obviously during the week, like a new coach, we'll probably do an episode that week to talk about it. And then obviously, if we get to the bigger wrestling events like the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania, we'll probably. But we're thinking of doing every other week,
Right.
until around the draft. But
Yeah.
you know,
I would say like night one of the draft, probably, or a week before the draft or something. Probably.
Never know with us. We might come out of nowhere.
Yo, Lou, you saw when these nuts hit your mouth before I showed this comment, bro? Stole your joke, son. Corey's going to be rubbing Buffalo Spartan's legs when he's in Speedos and his 50th birthday. They're going to play ring toss. It's going to be a short game.
Well, they're going to be playing. Who see who could throw the other one off the boat first?
I'm telling you. I wonder if you could. You probably get arrested or fucking left. They probably just leave your ass if you jump off.
Well, yeah, that's why you don't jump off. You have one of them throw you off.
Right. I would want to, though. Like, I don't know. I grew up real quick. I grew up cliff diving, doing that crazy shit.
Yeah, cliff diving, but I'm not quite sure I want to jump off a boat.
Yeah, that's true.
Not one
Especially
where
like Mexican water. It just seems dirty.
Especially one where you're going to be near a prop that's probably bigger than your car.
Right. Shit'll suck you under, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's why fuck that. That Titanic movie was bullshit, bro. Half of them people would have died, dude.
Well, there was the one scene where the dude fell and literally bounced off the one
Right.
prop.
That's what I want to see. I bet in real life they were getting shredded from them propellers. Screaming, choke me, spank me, pull my hair. Yo, BWO goes rated R after 850. No, man. We'll probably, like you said, big pay-per-views for wrestling pop on. We sign a coach, or make a big move, like sign a big name player or something. Other than that,
something stupid again like today.
Right. Other than that, see you at the draft, probably or a week before it.
But yeah, like I said, we'll do like maybe every other week or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Real quick, I know I don't talk about her a lot. I even joke, call her she who must not be named at times and stuff, and be crazy a little bit. But before we get off of here, anybody that heard on the 24/7 show or anybody that watches Swanks, Endless Mountain Mondays with his thing, There's been on my Facebook. I know a lot of people on here. We're all friends on Facebook and the show and this and that. If you aren't close to me, you don't really know. So all my buddies and them here know, like Spartan, Pat, Lou. I think Lou knows. Maybe Lou don't even know yet. The mother of my child, like, yeah, we haven't been together in like 7-8 months, but still, she was in a bad accident Friday night. Yeah, she's been in the hospital since. She will be in the hospital. Things are looking up. It was like a if she lives case scenario. It kind of still is, but not as much. Things are looking up. She had like 36 broken bones, 32 broken bones, like pins, rods. She was unresponsive at the scene type stuff, collapsed lung. But she's doing a lot better. She's opened her eyes. She's responsive. She can blink yes and no. She can move her legs, all that. There was talks of not waking up. There was talks of being, what's that called when you can't move?
A vegetable.
Paralyzed. Yeah, pretty much a vegetable. There was talks of being like if her brain function was if she paralyzed. So she has woken up. She does blink once for yes, twice for no. They tried to take the breathing tube out today, but she was struggling, so they don't know if she has pneumonia or whatnot. But her neck had dislocated from her spine, and like every ligament in her neck was broken. Like, yeah, she's not doing too good. Even now that she is like responsive and most likely gonna live, it's gonna be at least a year before recovery's done, man. She's got a long road to go. So appreciate all your prayers. Those of you that hadn't known what was going on and were curious, now you know. But for right now, the family and them, we're just keeping it at that. So I'll give y'all an update on Facebook one day when I know more on here. So, but love y'all and appreciate all the help from everybody so far and everybody reaching out. So we said we just bullshit on here. I know we fuck around a lot, but not even that. I know we had a show where we talked about that one time. If anybody ever needs anything, man, we're all people at the end of the day. Just reach out. We're always here. I know, like I said, half of you didn't even know I was going through that now, and you still see me on Facebook and still see me laughing, making corny videos because, I don't know, I was military, man. I know how to hide my emotions good. So if you guys ever need anything, just reach out, though. I know we've all talked to each other in our groups and everything. Me, Pat, Spartan, we all have our own shit, man. Just don't ever feel like you can't talk to somebody.
Plus, it's a good way to kind of escape reality for the moment. So,
right. And it gives you, as men, if you live close to each other, a reason to get together for beers or marijuana cigarettes. Or both.
yeah.
Well, it's 2027. Now they have like beer flavored marijuana or like beer that has weed in it type shit. Bro, I'm telling you, next time you come up to New York, Pat, like we'll have to I had to pick you up where you are and we'll have to go to some of these breweries around here, man. They're a lot of them now are flipping into like coffee / breweries. So they're doing like all these fucking coffee alcohol collab shits.
Well, we got one here in Orlando called 1010 Brewery that actually makes its own root beer in-house. So,
right. Dude, you know what I found this year and I really like root beer. And like, y'all know me, I'm fucking drinking water. I don't drink hardly ever. If I do, it's for a game or when we're out with some. But at a concert this year, they had, if I ever drank regularly ever in my life, but I never would, I probably would drink this. It was fucking root beer and whiskey. And at first I was like, I was like, that's one of them things. I love them both, but together, probably not. And then I got a little buzz on from like a couple of bats. And I was like, you know what? I'll try one of those. And I was like, where has this been all my fucking life? I didn't know you were hurting, brother. I'm sorry. I know, man. I'm sorry, Joey. Lou, I think even Lou, I did barely even told or might not have told you. I've been on the phone with family and people calling and the doctors calling everybody. At one point, I mean, we got it all switched over to her family. But at one point, like I was somehow, I think from when we had Ella together, like still the legal guardian, like, or the legal whatever that thing's called. So they were calling me for stuff. And I was like, whoa, we need to call her sister or mom, dude. Like, so my bad, guys, like, especially you guys that I'm really close to and talk to, like everyone on Joey and them. my phone goes nonstop, dude. It's in my brain. I have people that text me and I'm like, all right, I'll get back to you in a second. Forget. And then the end of the day, I'm going back to my phone. I'm like, fuck, I forgot to text you at 9 a.m. back. My fault, bud.
You were messaging the people that you needed the message. So,
Right.
Well, at the end of the day, you got to do you. So,
Right.
and so I said, you never know where we're going to be. We might come out of nowhere and do a live real quick. And again, a lot of it is just, hey, if it helps take our mind off of certain things, it is what it is.
Right.
And then it helps the people that are in the comments come in there and, make jokes like us to us, but, Corey and his nuts or whatever. But,
that's part of the reason we started this show. Like, that was one of the things. I know we weren't able to get to it this season, really. I mean, we kind of did the one, but is having all the fans, all you guys like on here, like have you guys call in, whatever your comments, all that stuff is we want to make you guys feel a part of it. We want to make you guys feel like, it's just, even though it's me, Pat, and Spartan up here on the cameras, it's all you guys. It's everybody in here. It's like a family thing. Like I said, most of you guys are on the 24/7s or in all the podcasts, like intertwined with each other somehow, almost damn near. So it's like a small family, but it's a big family.
It's not a family. It's a mafia.
Exactly. And the fucking head of the mafia just tried to act like their fucking shit don't stink, so we might have to take them out, bro. How the fuck, man? That's dude. I wasn't even that worried. I was like, you know what? I love McDermott. This sucks. Hopefully it doesn't digress. But then after that fucking thing today, man, I was just like, what? How?
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Like, they need to hit a home run with this next coaching hire for it to go back to us being like, oh my God, we can do this. Because right now, I swear to God, this feels like he is now turning the Bills into the next Sabres.
When you said that earlier, I was like, man, I thought about it, and I was like, that's literally what's going to happen. He made that same promise, like, we're going to get rid of this guy, but don't worry, I know he was good, but we're going to get better. Like, we're going to get rid of this guy. I know he's good, but we're going to – and
he promised when he took the Sabres over that we would be in the playoffs in 3 years, and we have not been there the entire time he has been the owner of the team. It has been the longest 3 years ever. The only saving grace that Terry Pegula has, and Corey's going to get mad at me when I say it, Buffalo Bandits.
No, I can't get mad because it's true. I mean, it is, man. Even though we beat you all this year, just saying. No, it's true, though.
Did you beat us at the end when it counts?
Oh, and I think you know what it is? I think because, not that indoor lacrosse hasn't gotten big again, but still, even then, it's like 18,000 fans maybe. So I think the Pegulas, it's not that they don't care, but don't give a fuck really about the lacrosse part. So they let the other guys run it, and they're focused more on the Sabres and the Bills, and that's why the Sabres are fucking ass, and now the Bills have potential to go downhill and be ass.
That's what they were doing in the beginning when they got McDermott and Bean in the first place. Is they let those guys run the Bills, and they stayed out of it, and you had success. Now it feels like Terry Pegula has inserted himself and I'm like, no, because you did that with the Sabres, and you've turned that team into a joke.
Right.
So, and then speaking of which, one last thing, it's a New York thing, but you see the Yankees re-signed Cody Bellinger?
Cody Bellinger to 5 years? Yeah. Which, I mean, we'll still see if he's good in 5 years. He's already kind of old. But, I mean, I love him. He's a good player.
And then the other thing that'll be good for the Yankees is I believe Garrett Cole comes back this year. So
right. All the Sabres get a general manager that put his foot down. Right.
So that's something that we could potentially do if you ever decided to make a trip down to Florida. I understand you have things going on, but if you just needed a weekend to escape, we could always head down to Tampa during the spring training and go check out the Yankees in Tampa.
True. How far is Daytona from you?
Are you thinking for the 500?
I was like, hold up, man. Hold up now.
Daytona's probably about an hour, maybe hour and 15 minutes from me.
The kid's about to have some vacation. She can go stay at Nana's for a few days.
I've gone to the Daytona 500, and I'm not saying don't do it because it's like going to a Super Bowl style event. But
Yeah, no, I've been to some NASCAR
if
events.
I were to go to another race at Daytona, I want to do the night race.
Right. That I would rather do that.
'Cause-
Agree. I've been to some, not Daytona. I've been to some, but
Well, the problem with NASCAR races is you're literally sitting out in the sun most of the day, and I'm like, you know what? I've never gone to a night race yet, so. But I am considering going for the truck race that'll be at Daytona. That one will be ran at night, but that'll be the return of Tony Stewart,
oh yeah, that's right.
and he's running a Ram.
Oh shit.
So
I wish Kevin Harvick would come back for something like that.
he still might.
Oh. Ric Flair's retirement festival. Yeah, you were the one fucking up there, you old crusty bastard. You was at one of Ric Flair's parties back in the day too, Joey. You just probably don't remember all the drugs and alcohol you guys did.
Hey, if you remembered it, it wasn't a good time.
I'd be jealous as fuck. I wish I would have went to one.
I've been to WrestleMania.
Saying, well, no, I've been to a wrestling. I've never been to WrestleMania. That'd be
Oh,
badass.
When it came, the last time it was here in Orlando was WrestleMania 33, and it was the first one that was here since I had moved to Orlando. So I'm like, okay, it was a nosebleed section ticket because I kind of bought it a week before the event, but it was like it was $115. I'm like, yeah, I'm going.
Hell yeah.
So, like, I probably can't see a whole lot, but to sit there and say that I was at WrestleMania, and that was
Right.
the WrestleMania that the Hardy Boys returned.
That's how I am, man. I don't care where I sit. If I get a fucking $5, as long as I can say I was there.
Well, again, with it being on streaming services, I can rewatch it later, but
Right,
just to
exactly.
experience it. Like that's like
Yep.
like I said, that's a Super Bowl style
Well,
event.
Right. When I go to shit, like, yeah, I want to see it. I want to watch it. But I'm more or less there for the atmosphere. I'm there for like the camaraderie thing. Like,
I'm not a big basketball fan, and it's mainly because there wasn't a team in Buffalo. But at some point, I definitely still want to go to an Orlando Magic's game just to experience going to an NBA game. You know, I've gone to baseball, I've gone to soccer, I've gone to obviously wrestling and football, been to hockey. Basketball is the one that I haven't gone to yet. So
I've been to, it was back in like 2018, maybe. No, it was way before that. Fuck, dude. It was probably like 2008. I think I might have still been in high school. I think I was just out of high school. But my brother, he got tickets through Wegmans to, they had the NBA or the college fucking March Madness. They had like 3 or 4 games they played in Buffalo. It was like Pitt versus Syracuse back when Syracuse was really good and shit. So I went to one of those, and that was really fun. But yeah, I've never been to like an NBA. I've never even been to an NHL game yet.
oh, speaking of college, quickly before we sign off for the day and the night, shout out to Indiana.
Dude.
First national title. Nice
Right.
job.
Shout out to the Seahawks who are about to win the Super Bowl. Who you got winning real quick, Pat?
Team that gets there and wins. No.
Facts.
If I had to pick right now, let's be honest, it's probably going to be Seattle and New England. I can't see Denver without Bo Nix beating New England.
Yeah.
And that like, look, yeah, the Broncos beat the Bills, but goddamn, that's got to be the most heartbreaking thing to know that the play right before you kick the game-winning field goal, your star quarterback breaks his ankle and is done.
Yep. That's
Like,
that's some movie type shit, man.
That's like we won the game and then I got kicked in the nuts at the same time.
Right.
So that sucks. But I mean, I wouldn't have like for the NFC side, I don't have an issue with either one of those teams going. It would be cool to see Matthew Stafford get one more. It would be cool to see Sam Darnold get there and do it.
Yeah.
But the problem is, if we're hoping for Kubiak to be the coach of the Bills, they got to lose.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we got to wait.
True.
So,
Well, fans, everybody that's watched us for the last 5-6 months since we started BWO, thank you guys. We ain't going nowhere. Like we said, we'll still be here and there. And we'll see you in a couple months.
well, my final thoughts will be real quick. Look, we knew it was going to happen. It almost had to happen after the loss, but I do want to thank Coach McDermott for the stuff that you did do, and I do wish you well going forward. It's not for us. It's not personal for you to be fired. You did a tremendous job. You ended the 17-year playoff drought. You brought in Josh Allen, where everybody said this guy's going to be a bust, and turned him into an MVP caliber quarterback. You were the second winningest coach in the history of the Buffalo Bills. What you did for this city, for the city of Buffalo and the Bills organization, will not be forgot. But it does come a time where, hey, it's time to move on. Now, again, we said it straight up. Brandon Beane, microscope's now on you. And you put that on you. So whoever you hire, we all know it's going to be the players you bring in. And if it don't get done, literally, you're out the door. If you're not out the door next year, if we don't win it, then there's something seriously wrong with Terry.
Especially after that press conference they just put on today. You have to back that shit up. You just went in there and put your nuts on the table. So now you got to do it.
He made the comment that he's, he doesn't like the way certain people make certain comments. Good luck going forward, buddy, because you just made it worse for yourself.
Yep.
And like I said, I have been a long-time Brandon Beane supporter. And I'm not saying that the support is 100% gone, but man, I'm not a backing you right now, guy.
Right.
You need to re-earn the fans again, and it's ridiculous that you did that. And to Keon Coleman, as a Bills fan that had to watch that press conference, I'm sorry. You did not. You don't deserve this.
On behalf of all Bills Mafia, you had your stuff. You had whatever. You paid your dues. You sat out. You whatever. Not for nothing. You made some big plays in the last few games that definitely helped us, but you didn't deserve that shit either, man.
And again, regardless if you're somebody that the people wanted, didn't want, like this, you still don't deserve. You don't deserve what they did to you today.
Right.
And again, as someone that's a Bills fan, I'm just going to say it right now. I'm sorry. You didn't deserve this, and nobody deserves that.
Yeah, man.
Well, I know we normally say go Bills and Spartan does his thing, but Spartan's not here, so
in honor of the Zuba Speedo man, Mafia, no.
Well, we'll just end it. Spartan, don't fall off the boat.
Yeah. And don't let it turn into the poop cruise. And BWO, we'll see you guys in a few months. Love y'all.
I have a feeling we'll be seeing everybody next week, because I have a feeling, you never know, the Bills might be doing something.
Yeah, I think we'll find a coach, and we'll see you for the Royal Rumble.
If we don't see you guys Wednesday next week, we'll definitely see you guys Saturday for the Royal Rumble. Keep in mind, it's in Saudi Arabia, so it's going to be like at 11 o'clock in the morning when they air it. So
maybe we'll go live the night before or during.
Well, I think we should go during when the men's Rumble's going. We should go live during. So
fucking wind.
And so, Corey, you enjoy the cold.
You enjoy the warm, brother.
Well, it's not so warm yet, but it's getting there. So should be back in the 70s tomorrow.
It'll be. Hold on. Don't go nowhere yet. Let me see this. I think we have a heat wave tomorrow. Ooh, 33 tomorrow, boy.
Corey's wearing shorts tomorrow.
We love y'all. Go Bills.
Go Bills.